welcome back Kuma Crew. It is once again your favourite friendly despair bear Annakuma, and here we are today with another demo review. On the 27th of March, which is sometime this week, I believe it will be a Thursday, Rosewater will release, and as always, I have this demo review coming out just in time for the full game release because backlog and not doing anything. Yeah! Rosewater is the third game by Grundislav Games. It will also be set in the same world as their game Lamplight City, which by the time this video comes out, I should have finally played on stream, because I'm writing this the week before I start up the game. It mentions the story of Lamplight City, but it seems to be a totally different part of the world and doesn't really touch that story much. Honestly, if this demo is anything to go by, then Lamplight City looks like it'll be a blast, and I obviously missed out on a gem of a game for way too long. That also goes for that other game too, which I owned for a while but just haven't got around to play. The backlog is very real in both my YouTube video editing and my games to play. It's just the life of a 30-something bear, I guess. Rosewater itself is set in 1850 in the town of, you guessed it, Rosewater. We play as a journalist called Harley
Leger,
who is just getting off the train in this small town for her new job working at the local paper. Her first piece, to her dismay, is a puff piece on frontier hero Jake Ackerman, who is in town for a show he created to tell the world just how much of a frontiering hero he really is. Harley isn't 100% happy with this, having been hired off the back of scathing, in-depth pieces, but is promised a better assignment after the fact. After a few puzzles here and there, getting to meet a world of interesting characters, and finally coming face to face with said frontier hero Jake Ackerman, we get drafted into Jake's very next adventure.
So you're looking to rob a man blind just because nobody knows where he is?
Now, nothing so uncouth as that.
End demo, roll on the full release. I streamed the demo last year in an attempt to get a bunch of demos recorded and ready for this series. Unlike last year, I've had the motivation to actually do my work this year so far, but I will always remember just the absolute glee I had playing this demo, and the absolute smugness on Warted's whale-like face, no doubt when he told me he knew I'd like this demo, as he's been telling me I should play Lamplight City for years. Do I listen to him? Like hell I listen to him. I only got visibly more excited as I learned about each and every character as well. Harley is a perfect protagonist for a bear like me. She has a dark sense of humor and isn't afraid to share an opinion or two. She tells it like it is, and you have the great ability to give her a little bit of a personal spin in the way she talks to people and interacts with the world. Rosewater is full of fun characters though. Our boss legit just chucks a man out of the window the moment we get to the newspaper office, and the guy inside, he just acts like it's another day.
Suppose Joni didn't take too kindly to his manner of lodging.
We have two scoundrels that tried to rob us the moment we got off the train. Ackerman himself just sounds fantastic for the role and makes you excited for the adventure he has asked us to join. There are so many people to meet and get to know, but even the city itself is just beautiful to explore. I really adored the way they set up the world to travel around. It is zoomed in so Harley's model is nice and big, meaning the world and things you can interact with are nice and sizable to see. The buildings have that Five Goes West feel to them, which I really like. Whilst we're in the desert town, it doesn't feel empty and boring, and whilst there isn't tons to see, I enjoyed exploring the few screens we have anyway. Our journey looks like it will have a real Western film feel to it, and the ending flash of a few screens from the full release makes me excited to see what we'll be looking at when we get lighter into the game. I was never a Western fan. The closest I came to liking a Western was City Slickers, or as I've just said, Five Goes West, but I am honestly just so excited to see what we get here. Like, just listen to how much I love this game, guys. It took about a minute for me to fall in love with Rosewater, and I feel it would be the same for you. All of this is tied in with some fantastic voice acting too. Again, Harley just sounds perfect for me, and you can tell she's going to be a great protagonist just from the demo. How did the game play though? Again, I say this a lot, it was just simple. I don't know what reviews will be out by the time this one is out, but it is something you'll hear me say a lot right now, in that most modern point-and-click games don't overcomplicate the gameplay, which is both great for the genre and for newer players. The basic mechanics try to stick to pointing and clicking, and the puzzles, whilst challenging, aren't there to have you phone hotlines or write in for help, but to engage you more with the story or the vibe of the game. That being said, what really makes Rosewater stand out, and apparently Lamplight is just the same, is that the puzzles have multiple ways of solving them. For example, you have to break into this abandoned building. The sheriff has tools for lockpicking, but if you can't figure out how to do it, there is also the more simple way of just finding a way to break the lock itself. I kind of really like this though because it's a built-in difficulty level that is personal to the player. There is no easy mode, but the first way you go through the game might be the easiest way for you because it is the way you can figure out how to do things. You'll see the other ways but not know how to do them, or even miss the opportunities to do them, which gives the game replayability as you try to unlock other routes to the end of the game. But because the game wants you to proceed, it will give you multiple ways to do the same thing, so that if this way was missed or just not something you can figure out, you can find a different and easier way that suits you to get to the end of the game. I was thinking at the time of going back in the demo and trying other routes, but I never did. I don't know if I'll try something different to begin the first playthrough of the full game, because I feel I should just tackle that in much the same way I tackled the demo, going with my first instinct on everything. There are some really great puzzles in the demo. I really did enjoy the fight sequence, maybe the most.
Don't start any trouble, lady.
Whoopsie daisy.
We had to puzzle our way to beat the bad guys, but Harley at least tried to get a punch in first.
I suggest you clear out while you can, little lady. This could get ugly.
Where I'm standing, it's pretty damn ugly already. Hey!
So that's how you want it, huh?
That being said, my favorite part of the demo by far was Ackerman's show.
Yahoo!
You have to steal a watch to give it to one of the kids that are scamming everyone in town to get in. The animation is on full show here, and just how wonderful this game looks can be seen in each screen of the show. We sit in the audience and we can be polite, or we can heckle the heck out of it.
For with but a single bullet, I will pluck it from the very air.
Big deal, you were practically next to him.
Yes, the game lets Harley be a heckler, and I love it. Even better is that when you finally get to interview him afterwards, he even asks if you were the heckler.
Heckling? Me? I would never.
I could have sworn. Reckon I was mistaken.
It is hilarious. The game has such amazing details like this, and I love it. It had the perfect balance of action and storytelling, but I can't deny that it really was the story that sucked me into the world and made me want more. I guess a worry, keeping in mind as of right this second, not when the review comes out, but when I'll be creating this review, I have yet to play a single second of Lamplight City, or indeed a Golden Wake either, which, as I said, I also own, is that puzzle crafting might be a little weak, but I have no reason to believe that. I have to find something I can be like, oh yes, I was wrong about that in the main review, and with multiple ways of solving each puzzle, I'm sure there will be much fun to be had. Even if it is though, the story is so strong and the characters seem so interesting that I'm sure that I will fall in love with the game regardless. I really can't wait for the game to release. As I said, it comes out on the 27th and I'll be playing it on the 28th. So, to see my first impressions, why not join me over on twitch.tv/Annakuma with 2 A's at the end, just to see how much I do enjoy Rosewater. With that being said, it is time for me to go. I've already plugged my Twitch, but remember to give the video a like, comment below if you've played any of the other games and enjoyed them, and subscribe over here to help support this bear and make me happy. Till next time though, as always, thank you and bye-bye.